الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Dear beloved believers, I greet all of you today. This is Jumu'ah prayer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. And as always, we seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the rejected enemy, and his company, and everybody that he's trying to recruit. We thank Allah for this golden opportunity to just be living, really, as a Muslim. It brings a smile to my face as a brother, not as an imam, but as a brother who happens to be in circumstances that necessitates me to be an imam. The situation in life and the circumstances. So, dear beloved believers, we'd like to again greet you and give this khutbah a topic that I already know I will not be able to complete. I already know this. So the topic today is the Quranic perspective of justice. Everybody is hollering for justice. You know, justice for George. Justice for this person. Justice for that person. And we believe in justice. And above all, we believe in Allah. So we are obligated to observe what God said about justice. There's many perceptions of justice. So while I'm on this, I do not want to discourage anyone from going out, being on the front lines to protest. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before he became the messenger of God, he himself, as a young man, was a protester against wrongs that existed in society while he was a young man, before he became Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, but there's different ways that you protest. All of the brothers that just came in, you have to put on a mask, or else you can't be, you know. And it's not no pressure from us. It's just that we want to follow the protocol and keep the unity and keep stay in harmony with the ordinances here in the Central Florida area. Okay. So if anyone has any extra one that you know, the best kind that you got in your car, you know, that Mercedes-Benz mask that you've been hiding, and share it with these brothers, inshallah, because we want to make sure we're in accord with that ordinance, inshallah. This is business. So again, I don't want to discourage anyone from going out protesting, but there's different types of protests, and you know you have flawed people going out in the guise of a protester, and he or she or whoever uses that opportunity to break into stores and loot and things of this nature. We are honorable people. Muslims are very, very highly honorable people. And the sooner the broader society gets that message from us, and they know us for real, as opposed to what someone has said about us as Muslims, the sooner the broader society sees us and understands us better, that is, then we will make a lot of headway into this society. It's not like this is not the first time, brothers and sisters, that this kind of travesty has taken place in a city. And I have to share with you, and I know you all have some, not stories, but realities of your confrontation with police, confrontation with other folk who just don't think you belong, you know. So just understand that this is a lifelong protest. This is a lifelong struggle. And if you're in it for some kind of fame or fortune or some kind of ID or some kind of wanting to be this guy or that, if you're in it for that, you won't make the long haul. I'm just saying as an observer that this is a marathon. That this life, alhamdulillah, is a marathon. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the first part of this ayat, Surah 4, ayat number 135, he says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَّمِينَ بِالْقِسْطِ شُهَدَاءَ. Oh, you have attained faith, meaning this is for believers. This is for believers. It's not for the person that really don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from whatever perspective you live in your life. This is to believers. And where is the message coming from? It's coming from God. It's coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here is the framework through which we should be thinking. God says, be steadfast. You know, and oftentimes I think about a soldier. I'm not talking about a soldier in a particular branch, but a soldier that is not standing for just anything. The whole idea of a soldier is one that is committed to his cause, his or her cause. That idea is the idea of soldier that I'm talking about right now. And for this, for that, yes, people serve their country, serve their countrymen, serve their initiatives throughout, all through the planet. But there are people sprinkled all over this earth that know that their ultimate soldiering should be for God. That's the ultimate soldier. And God says here, oh, you believe, stand out and be steadfast in upholding equity, not for just yourself, but for whatever situation that you see is unjust. And people will say, oh, that situation is not going to change. It's been like that forever. It's always going to be that. They set up the system like that. Well, yeah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, after you wind up in the system, this is what he told you to do. He didn't say give up. He didn't say stand to the sideline. He didn't say go up in the stands and watch the whole game of life being played. You have to find your groove, man, based upon your skill set. You may not be in the front of the petitioners, but you're protesting because you have a methodology that you know that fits your skill set to protest. If you find people running back in their homes when something like this, a scourge like this has hit our society, it's even more pronounced now. People coming from everywhere now, saying it's okay to do this to them niggas. You know, it never were nothing no way. I told y'all that. The man in Minnesota, he gonna get off. That's what they're thinking. He gonna get off too. But you know what? Even if all of those people are classified as doing misdemeanors and get out with a $200 bond, all four of them, you know it's not gonna happen to them. Even if that happens, do you know these people didn't get away? Did you know it because you believe? I believe. Allah is El-Basir. Allah is El-Basir. Nobody gets away. Care what you did or whatever, you got away with that little slick move you made or whatever you did. Yeah, I did that, man, the other day. Yeah, is that right? Okay. Well, Allah is El-Basir. He saw you and you didn't get out of the grocery store. I'm talking about the grocery store of the earth. When you exit this store, buddy, and you thought you got away, then there's this hand here is like a relic. It's like something mimicking something. We don't say that Allah has a hand like this. Allah don't have no hand. Allah don't need this. Think Allah needs something like this? I'm going to get you, you sin. You think Allah got something like this? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we say Yadallahi, Yadallah, the hand of God, by the way, in Lutu Arabiya, it's so nice. I love it so much. Yad starts from here. This is Yad. From here to here. Not from here to here. Even though they have different names for this. Up to you, wash up to your elbow. But this is Yad. From here to here. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need something like this. The saying in Islam is Yadallahi ala jama'. The hand of God is on the group. And you know what else the hand of God is? Is on the criminal. The hand of God is there to catch all of the criminals that come into this world and maybe got away. You hear what I'm saying? They maybe got away with a big heist. Ocean's 10 or whatever, big heist, dropped the safe through the ceiling, down through the bottom floor, down through the ocean, onto a boat. Drove out of town with all of that. If it really happened in real life, they still didn't get away. I'm just pointing out some things. I'm talking plain talk to you, you know. I hope you can appreciate what I'm doing here. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh, you believe, be steadfast. Don't let up. Don't let up. Be for real with yourself. Be for real with your family. Be for real with your brothers. Be a soldier for God, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be authentic. You can't beat authenticity. You can't beat it. A person, I would rather be a friend with a brother and or a sister that is authentic without too much knowledge than to be a friend with someone who has gone through all of the schools of knowledge required, respected by Islam proper, but he's a two-faced. He's an alim in the day and a criminal at night. I would rather go with the person and be friends with the man that is authentic with himself, his family, and his Lord. Let me tell you, these are the kind of people that the Sahaba were with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Authentic people. And these authentic people passed the baton throughout the generations. So you have in every generation an authentic people. And those people, they can identify with your authenticity, your genuineness, and your sincerity. This is the Ummah of Muhammad. Ad-Dinu Nasiha. That religion is sincerity. The religion is not knowledge. The knowledge comes later. So God says, you bear witness to the truth for Allah's sake, meaning for worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though it be against your own self or your parents. This is what Allah says. If it's against yourself, if it's against your parents, or against some of your relatives, stand up for the truth. Handle the situation. Whether the person concerned be rich or poor. You know, some people in this country, if they got big money, they can get out of anything. You know what I'm saying. You can get out of anything. You can commit murder and get out in 6 months. Because you got a lot of money. You can have that thing buckled to your leg and just walk around in your condo after you get out. You understand what I'm saying, right? So, whether a person concerned is rich or poor, Allah's rules take precedence over the claims of either of them. And Allah says, brothers and sisters, do not then follow your own desires, lest you swerve from justice. Talking about justice. And this word justice, you know, it's another unique Arabic term. It means qasata means justice, fairness, correctness, equitable. And if I were to say qastara means to test the genuineness of a coin. In fi lugatul Arabiya, is this coin good? They used to check the coin, see was it authentic. But in this case, I'm saying we should check the authenticity of men in this particular case with our brother, George Floyd. But this is just one case. And I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to be distracted to put all my leverage all of my time on just this. Because the world is still turning. You understand what I'm saying? And you never know. A man may have been given an order from somewhere else, from a whole nother sequence of things, a whole nother pattern of things. Do this in Minnesota. So everybody that is governed by herd fashion emotions, their interest is going to go direct to that. And they're going to have tunnel vision on that while they go to work behind the curtains and start doing a whole bunch of other stuff. You have no clue what's happening. So we have to be balanced. We have to be just. We have to be patient. We have to be have is called a peripheral focus on the whole situation globally. Family, peripherals. Take care of your family. You understand what I'm saying? Immediate family. After that, take care of your peripherals. Take care of your family. Somebody suffering, give them a call. Check on them, see how they're doing. This is a distraction. But it needs to be taken care of because it's been happening too many times, year after year after year after year after year. Some of these protesters is coming to protest now. They're just becoming aware of what's been happening for 200, 300, 400 years over here in the United States of America. Come on. We need to take care of it, yes. But don't be emotionally responding to something as a person or a herd of cattle that are being distracted by a shot from a cattleman. Be careful. Be careful. Because this religious life, alhamdulillah, as we follow Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is nothing under the sun that has not been addressed by Allah in the Quran. Be just. Be equitable. Have common sense. And I'm going to stop there. And ask Allah, oh Allah, please bring justice for our brother. Ameen. And calm the pains of hurt for his mother and for his relatives. He said, what are you doing making a dua for this kufa? Oh Allah, bless us as Muslims to close the gap that's lying between Muslims and non-Muslims. Oh Allah, bless us to reach some of them and some of them to reach us, because there's many things we need to learn about what's going on in the world. Oh Allah, lay not a burden upon us that we cannot handle as Muslims in this country. And lay not a burden upon us that we can't handle as Muslims in any other country that we reside as Muslims. Make Muhammad successful, Ya Allah. We believe in you. We trust in you. We laud you. We respect you in the highest of manner, highest of honor. That's the reason why, Ya Allah, we get up every morning at Fajr and different times of the day to say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. We know that you are the greater. You're greater than human beings. Ameen. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We seek Allah's help and ask His mercy. Just want to remind us that God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not become a victim of your own desires. Keep it in the middle of the road. Keep your decisions that you make, be balanced. And, brother, if you claim to be a man, see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran about a man. What is a man according to the Quran? So if you were to run a survey now in the hallway after everybody left, and no, this is not going to happen, but Imam said everybody's arrested. Arrest everybody until they answer this one question from the Quran. What is a man's responsibility based upon Quran? Then you can leave. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in doing it. I'm just hypothetical. The question becomes, do you know? Do you know what a man is? Same way with a woman. Same litmus test. So, brothers, I want you to take a quick trip with me, maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And we're going to go all the way back to some things that you've studied, you know, but the Imam is going to bring your mind back to them for a few minutes. Is that all right with you? This is part of a hadith that tells about the evolution of the spermatozoa. And I want you can't remember when you were sperm. I remember when I was traveling in the stream and I think I was swimming to the left, you know, and then I bumped into something. No, you don't remember that. I think I remember when I went and I fertilized the egg, and that's the one. He's really spaced out. He don't remember. You don't remember. I don't remember. Allah is telling us what happened. Allah is giving us the vivid picture of what happened. In the rest of this hadith, it says, then it becomes mudghah, a lump of flesh. This is you. A lump of flesh. And 40 days later, Allah sends His angel to it with instructions concerning 4 things. SubhanAllah. Think about this. All of this has already been determined. We are discovering what the angel wrote down. We are discovering what the angel wrote down. What did the angel write down? Before we knew we were who we are, they wrote down 4 things. What kind of way are you going to make your livelihood? How are you going to live your life? The angels already wrote it down. You see what you're doing every day? I'm doing every day. This was written down already. This talk, this khutbah, what I'm saying right now, Allah already knew it. The angels already wrote it down. It's already evidence before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're living out the script. So Allah's Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, the angels write down his livelihood and go straight to his livelihood, then it goes straight to his death. How is he gonna die? We are Muslims, so we should think about these things, you see? And then we contemplate, and man, I don't want to think about dying. Well, it's in a hadith that your prophet talked about. He talked about it from his own mouth. Why you don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear nothing about no dying, man. No, don't get spooky. You're going to die. You are going to die. So the angel has the exact date, the exact time, minute, second, when that's going to happen. Then what happens is, it goes back to the livelihood and every deed that is done in the life is already written. You hear this? And who wouldn't want a religious life? Who wouldn't want a religion like this? Allah already knows. The angels wrote it down. One witnessing me now, one witnessing on the right, one to write it down and witness on the left. SubhanAllah, it's already happened. We are in motion. We're in motion. And we're living out this life. I want you to think about it. Listen. Whether or not you're going to be fortunate or misfortunate, it's already written. Think about this. Take this rest of this trip. Can you remember when you were a baby? I saw your picture. Can you remember when you were a baby? How far back can you go? I remember when I spilled that coffee on my mother's coffee table. I remember when we went on this trip to the river for the first time. To the lake. Well, I remember. How far back can you go? Well, Allah is taking you further back, and the Prophet is giving you a report on all of the embryological stages, and then he comes back and says, okay, these are your deeds now. We know your deeds. This is our religion. So someone knows every deed that I'm going to do, or every deed that I've done. You know, this is to make you uneasy, make us uneasy, as the brother said. Like, you need to start switching around in the seat and trying to play it off, try to give me a Muhammad Ali stare. I ain't committed no sins, Imam. I don't know what you talking about, man. You need to take a ticket, boy, and quit playing games and we all follow this Quran and follow this Sunnah together and enjoy this life, because it is a wonderful lifestyle to follow Muhammad Rasulullah. It makes you happy. It just makes you a happy person. Say, am I following Muhammad? I'm doing my best, Ya Allah. And Allah gives you the confirmation in your own mind, in your own thinking, while sometimes you are making the dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's all right. Keep struggling. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Keep struggling. And quit slipping and sliding and peeping and hiding through the Muslim community like you're a holy man from Mount Paran. You're not holy. Allah has blessed us with a blueprint to follow, that we can become close to holy, but there is none holy but God. Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Baby, remember when you was a baby? No, you don't remember all of it. You might remember when you were a preteen, maybe. You may remember some of your trips and some of your experiences as a young adult. I want you to think about yourself. Don't think about me. Don't look at me. Think about yourself. Can you remember anything happened when you was in 7th, 8th, 9th grade? Think about it. I'm going to stop right here and let you think about it. What happened? What were you doing? Some stuff. Really not really that conscious either. One leader explained it like this. Watini wa zaytun. By the fig and the olive. That the term for fig in Arabic is teen. And I would not be surprised if this Webster collegiate dictionaries got this word from Lughatu Arabiya. I would not be surprised. The word for fig in Arabic is teen. And when you're a teenager, you have all kinds of ideas what you're going to be. I want to be a policeman. I want to be a fireman. I want to be this. And I want to be a nurse. And I want to be this. And I want to be that. So all of these things in your mind, once you hit adult age, adult life, and them responsibility, them bills start coming in your mail, or on your email, or whatever, however they say it now, then you're going to man up or woman up. You better, else you're going to get put out. You're going to get put out of your house, your apartment, your condo, whatever it is. You better make up your decision. How you going to make your money? What, based upon your skill set, get you some money and pay all your bills. Now, zaytun. Now you're more focused. The fig has many seeds, many ideas. Zaytun has one seed, one idea. You better hurry up and find out who God is. One seed. La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So baby, preteen, young adult, and then older adult, then death. So this hadith continues. It says, by him besides whom there is no other God, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one from amongst you after death acts like, or has acted like, the people deserving paradise. Meaning, you carried your life like you deserve paradise. This is kind of scary. This hadith came from the mouth of the prophet. See, I want to underscore that. This person acts like the people deserving paradise, until between him and paradise there remains but one distance of a cubit. Have you read this hadith? One distance of a cubit. You know what a cubit equals to? This person carries his life or her life so honorably, so angelic almost, that they come between the distance between them and heaven and Jannah is a cubit. You know how much a cubit is? Sorry? 19 inches. This is hadith from the mouth of the prophet. 19 inches from Jannah. Then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is in Sahih Muslim, book 33, 6390. I'm not dreaming stuff. When suddenly, when this person is 19 inches from Jannah, the writing of the destiny overturns and overcomes him or her. And he begins to act like one of the residents of Jahannam. And then he enters hell. 19 inches. This is how real our lifestyle is. This is how careful we should be. And then the hadith finishes by saying, another one acts like the resident of hell. He just is hellacious all day, all night. All his deeds were, full of hell. Until there remained between him and hell is a distance of a cubit, 19 inches. And then the writing of destiny overcomes him or her, and he or she begins to act like people of the Jannah. And then they enter Jannah. 19 inches. So we need to negotiate this 19 inches in our minds and in our psyche, in our spirituality, in our heart. We need to negotiate this 19 inches, this cubit, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and register in our du'as. Oh Allah, let me not be among the people who get 19 inches from Jannah, and then that was written down by an angel before I was born overcomes me. Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. This is the dua in Al-Fatiha. Oh, this is so simple. I learned Al-Fatiha when I was little. I was young. Good. But did you understand it? Did you digest it? Or did we understand it, or did we digest it? Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. I want to guide us, Ya Allah, upon the straight path. Quit slipping, sliding people. Do you know you could be such a notorious person, a very honorable person? Regardless of what people think about you, don't worry about what the people think. Be concerned about what Allah is registering about you as a human being. SubhanAllah. This is a very serious religious life. Islam is very serious, but it is so much wonderful. It brings so much happiness. And I'm hoping and praying to Allah that the whole world learns about the Quran. The whole world learns about the Quran. Because there's nothing in there but ropes, highways, streets, tariq, that will lead you to heaven. Nothing in the Quran but ropes that if you hold on to those ropes, those ayats, they will lead you to Jannah. This is the beauty of our religious life. Nothing in the Quran that you pay close attention to and begin to follow sincerely and authentically. Authenticity is the key, one of the major keys. That they, based upon the principle of revelation, won't lead you into Jannah. So these are some concrete things that we can do based upon the prevailing circumstances in the world. Boots on the ground. One, if you got enough energy, protest. Trust your children, trust your aunts and aunties and uncles, and trust them to go out. You trust Allah, go out and be part of these protests. As long as these protests are peaceful and honorable protests. You have a right to protest based upon the Constitution of these United States of America. Did you know that? Yeah, you have a right to protest. So don't be cowered down. And then, man, I ain't going out there. Yeah, I understand. Some of us, alhamdulillah, some of us have paid. We've paid already many years of protest. Many years of putting our lives on the line, facing death in the eyes of people. If I would tell you, probably if some of you would tell some of your stories, you probably have people crying before they leave the Jumah. of what has happened in your life. I know I got some doozies. A human being can be reduced. Allah says, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ السَّافِلِينَ. Certainly the human being is created in the most excellent mode. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَا رَدَّ. You know what a rudder is on a boat? It's the back end of the boat. You know this language. The back end of the boat. ثُمَّ رَدَدْ. He goes backward. He moonwalks in his nature. Yeah. ثُمَّ. First he's created excellently. ثُمَّ رَدَّدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. Then he reduces himself to a asfala, a low place, because of circumstances. I am so sorry I prolonged this Jummah. But I ask Allah forgiveness, and I ask for you for forgiveness. Protests. Nothing wrong with it. Petition and vote. Do you think if all of these people that are protesting in all these streets all over the United States of America would go to the poll and vote for the person that's not going to do to them what certain people are threatening to do to them, they would get that situation straight overnight? Every protester go vote for somebody that's got some sense. That make sense? Vote for somebody that's got some sense. You ain't going to be no Muslim. They're not ready for no Muslim yet. But vote for the person that has the good common sense that's close to Islamic thinking. Boycott to bring about economic attention. Create your own systems to raise economic capital. You hear this? Some of you are already doing that. Create your own system to raise economic capital. Educate your youth to do the same thing. And at the same time, people are saying, well, those old rowdy youth, oh, they wild. Why are they wild? Because we didn't close the gap that was lying between the old schoolers, and the youth in the community, in the street. That gap is there. That's the reason why they're so emotional. They want change. So we should be willing to sit down and listen to some of them, because they have a pattern of thinking too that needs to be listened to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear what you got. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a human being. Those are human beings on the front lines out there. Don't separate yourself from the ocean of humanity that Allah has produced. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Brother might want to get up and leave now. Just go ahead and do it. So Allah says, be perceptive, and all you perceptive people. Ya ayyuhan nasu inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'il. All perceptive creatures, meaning human beings. This is from the Quran. We have created all of you, not just some of you, male and female, and have made you into nations and tribes. Right here in this Juma, you connected to a certain nation. I don't know nothing about your upbringing, but I know your upbringing had some mamas and some daddies in there, and they kept telling you, boy, you better get to that masjid. Boy, you better say your prayers. Boy, you better say, God don't like ugly. You know, they say that all day. And so Allah is saying, He created you all of tribes and families. What is the purpose that Allah made you different? Here it is right here. It's from Allah. So that you might come to know one another. The person from Jordan needs to know the person from Lebanon as a human. The person from Pakistan or India needs to know the person or the people from Australia, because there's tribes and families that Allah created us to be. And Allah is saying, slow down a little bit. Get to know your neighbor. He created you tribes and families so that you can get to know each other. Verily, the most honorable among you in the sight of Allah is the one who is most deeply conscious of Allah. That's the most honorable person. The honorable person is not the one who gets the Nobel Prize, even though that's honorable. Noble from the word Nobel. Here's what Allah says. The one who gets the Nobel Prize is the one who is most noble and conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's your last name. Noble. Right? Yeah. So, behold, Allah is all-knowing and all-wise. Inna Allaha alimun khabir. He knows the khabar. You hear this? You hear this? Hikmah? The khabar. ما معنى خبر في اللغة العربية؟ في قواعد في اللغة العربية. ما معنى خبر? It is the last part of the sentence. Mubtada is the subject. Khabar is the predicate. So anybody over 40 is living in the predicate of their lives. Yeah. Mubtada wa khabar. So Allah is the one who knows the beginning and He knows the ending of everything. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Allahu Akbar. Ameen. Brothers and sisters, please stand, and you still have to stand 6 feet apart. But don't let that distract from your communication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your concentration on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So where are we with this fence now? What was the last quote?
That'd be like a final total.
Yeah.
But probably the same thing. We're roughly probably about another 2,000.
Okay. All right. So we're almost finished with the fence fundraising. So please donate for the masjid today. Donate for the masjid. Make an extra effort from here. Not from emotions, from here, inshallah. And you'll see a change out there in the front in just a few days. May Allah have mercy on all of us.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Please make sure your lines are straight, even though you're 6 feet apart, maybe 5 1/2 or 5 3/4. Concentrate on Allah. Inshallah. Allah is done. Allahu Akbar. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طهاها والنفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بتقواها إذا انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبد رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمه من جوع وآمنه من خوف. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. استغفر الله يا الله استغفر الله بالحسن ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.